There we go.
Perfect.
All right. Got everyone? Good morning, everybody. Last day of April. Gonna close out 4th month of this year. Man, I don't know where the year's gone. It swings by real quick. So we got Monday morning about 9:30. Thanks for everybody for joining us. If you're joining us on YouTube, really appreciate your time. Make sure you leave questions and comments in the comments below. We've got the Debuta vaporizer today that we're going to talk about. As with me always is Steve. We're going to go over some of the most common objections that we found in the sales department about the Debuta vaporizer. So let's just get right into it if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Perfect. A lot of these are going to be about price, and so some of them are a little bit different. So I might even go over them a few times. I have a few people asking, so this is the shop owner saying it. I have a few people asking for it, but not enough to justify the pricing you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure. Like, whenever I hear price is an issue, it's just mind-boggling because in life, everything, you get what you pay for. Our units have been around for 14 years. We have a 3-year warranty on them, solid warranty. And then after that, if anything breaks on it, what it costs to fix them is very, very affordable. So, yeah, if the shop owners are like, if you got people asking for it, that should be a red flag that you should probably carry that thing. If you're not carrying it, you're going to be selling people an inferior product. And that is not a good thing in my opinion. A, your customer's asking for it, and then B, you're going to sell them something that is subpar because it's cheaper. So I don't really understand this question or how to battle it other than you get what you pay for in life, right?
Yeah. And that's really probably what we want to explain to the customers, that we're not trying to fit a certain pricing model or anything like that. We're trying to build a quality unit that's going to last our customers a really long time. And for some folks that doesn't make sense because they think that, everybody's out there to try to just, play the games. And we're really not trying to play any games. We have a quality product. We sell it at a great price that our customers can make money on. Another one we get quite a bit is that...
I think one thing to add on top of that is, I hear that people say, oh, desktops don't sell well in my store for whatever reason. I'm going to go back this down to as it's the education of the shop owner, of the employees working there. A vaporizer is as good as it was 14 years ago, if not better. Our units have been upgraded with EOKs and are still a test of time that they're on point. So after 10 years of that it's just working. Now I think I've lost my train of thought, but
it's the education piece, I think, is the real fitter here. And almost any of these objections can be overcome with really just educating your customers and then building the value in our wholesale customers, educating their customers, and then having them see the value in that. Because customers will come back based upon who they like and whether or not you gave them good advice. And then, of course, our way is always the way to go. So
one point of the education that I think people sometimes miss is, did you know that you will consume 1/3 to half as much dry herbs if you use a vaporizer? Because combustion destroys up to 60% of active ingredients. Eliminate combustion and you pretty much doubled your bag of herbs. So with that, I think that's a lack of education of what a vaporizer can do. And on top of that, a good vaporizer, when it's even using for concentrates, is going to give you the perfect low temp dab and keep those lipids and oils where they should be and not in your lungs while delivering you all the good stuff. So a vaporizer can do that, where all these dab rigs, dab machines, they don't do that, and they can't do that. Nobody knows what the temperature is. It's ridiculousness. So we need to get back to educating that vaporizing is the best way to consume.
We go over this one with just about all of our vaporizers, and I think you answer it the same way. I really don't want to carry all of the replacement parts in my store.
You don't have to. You don't have to at all. All of our parts can be replaced by ordering online. If that customer breaks the part and comes into your store, you can call us up and order it, and we'll have it delivered to your customer or to your store in about the same time that customer would order from our website. And after you get some parts and pieces that you see happen a lot because you're selling these things, then those might be a couple parts and pieces that you would want to carry in your store. I understand you might not want to carry some fancy smancy knobs or something, but a wand, this is something that breaks quite often because people drop it and break it. So good money to be made in your store, but we're happy to work with you on that as well.
Absolutely, and we take very good care of our customers internationally, worldwide. We send Debuta wands everywhere. If you can think of it, we've sent it, just not to space yet, coming soon. This is one that we've talked about a few times with our desktop vaporizers. Desktop vaporizers are for old people. We're an older market.
Yeah, they're definitely for old people because old people seem to be a little bit more educated and seem to have minds that open up. And the reason for that, I feel, is because they already done fucked up their lungs and fucked shit up on their bodies. So they are looking for a way to make that unfuckeredness a little better. The younger generation, every time I've used a vape with the younger generation, their minds are blown. They are uneducated, and that is our job and our shop's job to educate them on the benefits of vaporizing, doing raw dabs, vaping the oils and everything directly off the plant material, mixing your plant material with some concentrates, being able to do just dabs with our EOK out of it, being able to diffuse essential oils. This machine is still, I believe, far superior to any of our competitors out there or anything that's close to it. If the kids are all into doing dabs, well, those dabs make your rig pretty filthy because they're too hot dabs. If you do it this way and use a flavor disc in it or use dry herbs in it or something like that, your rig is going to stay way cleaner because you're not overheating it, you're not sucking down lipids, and you're just cleaner. It's better. So again, it comes out to the education of educating them, knowing why it's better, and it's better because it delivers flavorful, efficient vape hits.
Here's one we see more on the retail side, but it is something that we hear from customers. It's the Debuta. The thing is ancient in the world of dry herb vapes.
I guess it would be ancient, and I guess the Silver Surfer would be more ancient. And on top of that, the Volcano's ancient. All of them are ancient. One thing that we've done with these is we have upgraded them to match the test of time. These vaporizers have been upgraded so you can do dabs out of them. You can use a flavor disc and put some concentrates in there. And it's the only vaporizer today still that you can diffuse essential oils while vape out of it. So is it ancient? Yeah, it's old. Good things stand the test of time. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. We hear this one quite a bit. Your company offers so many customization options for your other vaporizers. Why not the Debuta?
Because the Debuta is an affordable piece to get in there. We keep the cost down. We have one color plastic base on this. Keeps the cost down. Plastic is much cheaper than metal compared to our super or silver. The knob is a standard one color aluminum knob. That's about literally a 20th of the cost to make that than it is my glass knobs. The heater cover is easier. It only has this conical ground glass fitting, which is really good, but it offers a smaller bowl compared to our Super Surfer. And if you want to upgrade and get some really cool stuff, you should upgrade to the Silver Surfer. We don't put graphics on here because this, when you're buying this, you're buying affordability. And when you're putting art on it, you should get something that is really great. And the Silver Surfer in many different areas is just far superior to the DBV. The DBV is a superior vape to my competitors, yet when compared to the Silver Super, it ranks at the bottom. Although ranking at the bottom compared to those three things is still at the top when compared to our competitors. So that's why if you want custom glass, we make custom glass for that. So you can get it and you can upgrade to it, but if you're looking to spend the money on something gangster, get the Surfer, get the Super Surfer.
Right. This is more of an entry-level vape. Someone just hears about vaporizing, wants to learn more about it, wants to dip their toe into the water. This is a great price point for them to do that. And that's what we see with all the other competitor vapes too. Right around the same price point is about $200. That's where folks want to be to try vaporizing, but once they try it, they're hooked almost every time. And that's just because of what vaporizing does for you. We've gone over this one a few times. Vaporizer sales are down.
Yeah, vaporizer sales are down, and I think that's 100% down to the education of the vapes again. That, hey, you're going to use 1/3 to half as much dry herbs in there. I also feel that's pretty much the same to the concentrates, because the concentrate hits will be slightly smaller than a dab hit, and again, less is more. These slightly, what we consider smaller hits, are actually, they're not filled up with lipids, which make them seem smaller, but they're not really smaller. There's just less junk in the hit. And then on that, it's going to be slightly smaller, so your body can actually absorb it. So if you take a hit over, say, 5 or 10 times, and your body can absorb only so much, say 20% of that hit, in the long run, that's going to be a lot more than 20% of taking that one hit and putting it into something. So, yeah, it comes down to us educating them and understanding why a vaporizer is not just a purchase, but an investment into your health, into your pocketbook. It's, again, any dab rig or any e-nail out there, you can't diffuse essential oils, you can't vape dry herbs. With this machine, you can do all of those things that e-nails can do. With those, you can't do what a vape can do.
Excellent, excellent. What is your company doing to market the Debuta?
This is one thing that we're doing right now. We're getting some education out there. And then the next thing we're doing is we feel marketing our Silver Surfer is actually better because it goes from top-down sales. So if we market the Silver Surfer and you are interested in that, about $100 less on the DBV is an easy sale. So that's how I feel we're marketing DBV.
So here's one that we don't very get often, but we do get it at trade shows and things like that. I have never heard of the Debuta vaporizer.
Yeah, my first question to that usually is, what rock have you been living under? Considering we've been in the vape game for 14 years. We've got Willie Nelson, who's bought, 30, 40 units from us. It goes on and on for the celebrities, the bands that use our product. It's unreal. So why you haven't heard about it is I would say we're not getting too good at marketing out there. But here we are. You've now heard of us, and you have the proper people on the phone to help tell you about what is great about the machine. And
yeah, I think what I do is I tell most of those folks is you can go online and search the Debuta just on Google and look for reviews. There's thousands of reviews online, and it would take you all day to try to find one that's a negative review. And really, as a small company, you can't buy that. You literally can't buy that. That's what, smaller companies and even bigger companies would love to have, is just thousands upon thousands of their users going out and saying how great the product is, and very, very minimal of users who don't like the product. And those users that we found, like those 1 in 1,000 users, it's just folks that are uneducated. It all goes back to the education on how to use the vape. That's been happening since the inception of our Debuta, is folks will get it to their house, they'll hear how great it is, they'll even use it over at Johnny's house, but then it's hard for them to use it in their house. They put it up on the shelf and then they never use it again.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you on that, but with that said, that's one thing we're going to be really focusing on here in the next month, and we got a really great one for the DBV of how to use it. So this will be on our new Daily Motion page. We're all switching over to Daily Motion because fuck YouTube right now. Yeah, so there's a nice little thing in there. It shows you how it works, how to use it, everything like that. And we're really excited about this.
So here's one that we hear. I used to get better pricing from Vapor Nation.
Yeah, if you used to get better pricing from Vapor Nation, it was because they were undercutting us and undercutting everything, which I guess is great for you at the point in time. But then they were selling you as well some inferior products at higher margins for them, which is fine, but then you're stuck with a great product and an inferior product in your store, and that's no longer there. With us, you get great product at a great price, and you get great customer service, and you get great education from our sales reps.
Absolutely. And then I say it all the time when I'm walking around here, it's price integrity on our vapes is number one. That's where we have to stay on a wholesale price. If you go to McDonald's, you order a number 6 and you tell them you're not going to pay that price, you're probably not going to get a number 6. Same type of deal here. You order a Debuta and you're going to tell us what you're going to pay for that Debuta, you're probably not going to get a Debuta. And we kind of have held our ground on that, and it's proven to be, we think, beneficial for us.
So another thing that Vapor Nation is able to do with that is because a lot of these distributors out there call themselves distributors, and they're actually online retailers that also some distribute. So they can offset their costs by massively selling at retail costs and then undercutting things. So it's just a big thing that I've seen of kind of shiesty businessness out there.
Yeah, there's no regulation on the market, which is rough. Who knows, maybe regulation one day, but we work with what we got. On to the next one. So this was a good one. You've sold me on the SSV. Why should I also carry the Debuta?
Why you should also carry Debuta is if you got some really, really cost-conscious customers coming in. This is a great model for them. It will really last about as long as a Surfer. There's a few things that the Silver Surfer improves on, but if you don't have a Silver Surfer and you haven't used a Silver Surfer, you won't notice those things. So that's that, but having this in your store will catch those few people that want to buy an inferior product, a Chinese manufactured piece or designed piece with inferior quality on it, inferior parts. So, by having this, you can definitely keep your customers geared towards a great product. On top of that, when you sell one of these things, you can also later sell them on an EOK, upgraded glass. There's a lot of other things that you can upsell them on, where when you sell them to an inferior competitor piece, there's not going to be many upgrades to that piece. So you done sold that customer one time until that piece breaks, but then you sold them a piece that's going to break. So I'd personally rather sell somebody on a quality piece and sell them on accessories than sell them on a piece of junk and then sell them on another piece of junk later.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So really, price point. The Debuta is arguably one of our most popular vaporizers, but like Steve said, when you rank our vaporizers up against each other, the Debuta ranks at the bottom. And there's reasons for that. So it's a real good reason to have the full market thing. And back to what Steve was talking about with distributors, we were having trouble finding distributors who wanted to carry our full product line. And that's just the way that works. You know what I mean? You have to carry the full product line in order to be a distributor. And we're working through some of those deals now and seeing if we can't get distributors back on board.
No.
But who knows? Back to the Debuta. I think we've pretty much covered everything I got. The other two that I left out on here are price, because we hit price pretty heavy in the beginning there. Mm-hmm. Like the price is too high for what my customers are getting. And really that just goes back to the quality of the unit. Do you want to add any more to that?
No, the price is just right.
Yeah, I think so. And that's for the end user, essentially is what we're looking for. And what the end user gets for their money, it's absolutely unbelievable for something that's going to last as long as it does. And then the other one I've got on here, the markup isn't enough. I can't make money selling this unit. And that, I think, goes back to a lot of shop owners being kind of just used to and become accustomed to some of the products that they have. Like last week we were talking about.
I think when I hear something like that, I think it's been since day one keystoning. There's no desktop vaporizer out there that you can keystone more than double. So if a shop owner is telling you something like that, they are referring to vape pens that they're getting directly from China and tripling them, quadrupling them. So that's not us. Our product is assembled here in the United States, and anybody can come by our warehouse to meet our people here. With our competitors, you won't find that. So that's where I find that. And then BJ really mentioned something about some of our customers don't think that these products can be used with concentrates. Well, that's completely wrong. So the Silver Surfer, yes, was designed to do with dry herbs, But my favorite way to do concentrates is to fill my bowl up just slightly with a little bit of herbs and then put a little bit of concentrate on that herb. What's beautiful about that is when you're vaping, you don't vape those lipids and oils up, which is way better for your health. The flavor's better, but then your herbs actually absorb those lipids and whatnot, so it keeps your rig cleaner. It's easy to discard those lipids outside of there because they're in the dry herbs. Another way is we have this flavor disc, the small little ceramic disc, and one thing that we find that because this is conical, this piece has to be towards the top. The only way to do that, or best way to do it, is you can put a little bit of cotton under here, which I don't really like, but does work very well. And the next best way, or the best way I feel, is to just put a little bit of herb down there and then put this on top so this sits right at top. You don't want this to go to the bottom because it's conical, and when this comes to the bottom, it fits nice and tight up here, but not down here. So the air will go the path of least resistance and go around it. This will work, but you got to turn it up a lot. So again, fill it up with a little bit of dry herbs and then put this right onto it. And again, your dry herbs or cotton below it will absorb your lipids, keeping everything really clean. And then this you can clean out with a torch by just burning it out every 2 to 5 hits. Keeps everything clean. Maintenance is great. You'd like to maintain your car will last longer. You maintain this, and your cleaning process will be quicker, and your things are just going to stay more flavorful. So that's how I feel about the concentrates. And again, the DVV does have an EOK setup for doing essential oils, and you can do dabs right out of the top of that. And so yeah, that's it can do it all.
It's a lot of fun. The DeBoot is a really great unit. When I started working here, I actually didn't even know that 7th Floor made the DeBoot. I thought that would be one of our #1 competitors, and I was unbelievably astonished that we do make it. It is a great product. It's the first vaporizer I've ever used, and most people, it's for a lot of owners, it's their daily driver. So in the morning and then at night. Tommy, Sam, is there anything that we missed? No? Good to go? Excellent. If you feel like we did miss anything, please feel free to put those in the YouTube comments below. We do answer those. We do get back to those.
Daily Motion comments.
Daily Motion comments. Sorry about that. Go check out Daily Motion.
They shut us down.
So I think this went well, and we'll see everybody next Monday.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.